You find your coffee cup, Mike?
No.
Okay, it's over here.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Clock Shop. This is Jim with JR Clocker on eBay, and today I'm just going to do a little bushing here for this mainspring, and I'll just point it out to you here. This is where we're going to be working. Hopefully it comes out nicely. I'm trying to set this up so it does. I've already taken my live center. I found the center where I want to leave the worn area, which the worn area is heading towards this black mark here. So I'm trying to keep that away from it. This is the bushing I'm trying to put in. I'm going to show you my technique of doing it. Whether it's right or wrong, it's the way I do it. Anyway, let's get started. Move this out of the way. And again, since the bushing is wearing this way, I'm going to put my thumb, arrange this here, I'm going to put my thumb pushing so it doesn't lock in to the wear position. Some people do or don't do that. Right, we're making our way. Right. I've been missing in action lately because I had a really bad neck injury, and so I've been kind of out of commission here. And there we go. I may have to reface this one. You don't use these too often. I may have to reface it so it cuts a little bit better. What you're doing is you're not trying to change the diameter here. You're just trying to face it across to make it a little sharper. So now I don't have to hold Now we're all the way through. All right, I'm going to clean this up a little bit, but this is going to be going face down. I'm going to ream it through till it's level here, and then I'm going to take a smaller reamer or hammer, whatever you want to say. Shouldn't say reamer because that's what I'm taking off right now. Alright, so I'm going to use this one first, the hammer first, or the stake. Put that in. So I'm going to drive the bushing home. Okay, now I'm going to check this to make sure either this is good, either this is good, or I'm going to have to take the smaller reamer and put it a little bit further in, but I don't think I'll have to do that. All I'll have to do is chamfer that. All right, so let's take this apart. I'll take a look. And that's the reason why I want to see whether I need to go a little bit further up or if this is going to be fine. I think this is going to be what I want. Yeah. That's the way I'm going to want it. And then I can, I'll put grease in here. So it'll be a grease well. For some reason, it's unusual to see them wear like this. So I am going to use grease on this. And I'll probably use grease on this one too to keep that wear down. Okay, my neck's still feeling pretty good, so I'm going to continue on, do some more bushings. I want to point some things out here. Please, please, don't do that. Look at that. And this one, so bad, I actually have to beat it into place before I can even do it, because they pounded it so hard down here they actually bent the plate. I think that was the only place. No, they did it here too. They bent the plate here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's bent. So fortunately, the rule is that you weaken brass with heat, you strengthen it by beating it. With my sticky drawers right now. Okay, so you can actually feel it wiggling and wobbling here. Make sure you have a persuader. I mean, this is, I don't even know what pound, how many ounces this is, but you have to have a persuader. Now, if I needed to round something over, I would use this end. That rounds stuff over really easily. I'm just trying to flatten, and that did a very nice job flattening that back out. And now I'm going to go everywhere where he pounded on it. All right. Now we're flat. Now we're flat again. Here we go. So let's now put this away. All right. Now we'll come back and look here. See, I had to do this one as well because look at that. I mean, he stuck a spike in there. And the thing is that not even really sure whether this wouldn't have just run without doing this. But I do know one thing. I wanted it straightened out. You know, this bushing here is pretty much messed up. This one's messed up, and this one. So on I've done already just one on the other side of the over here, and I'm getting ready to. I did two. I did the escapement, and then I did. This is where I did the new spring arbor. Anyway, main spring arbor. Anyway, so let's get then, and we'll do this. I'm going to go into time lapse for this, but I've been redoing the benches. We're actually going to be closed the first 2 weeks in July because we are renovating the back room of our clock shop here, so I can the repairs will go easier. Anyway, so but I just found a really cool place to hide this. Of course, if you've seen any of my other videos, still working on this. And then I have a bunch more. Once I get this down, I'll take everything else out of here, and then I'll start refilling according to number. You know, so here's 48, which is right there. So we'll start reclassifying them there, and then bushing work will go a lot simpler. But if I can please suggest, do something like this where your box is easily taken out and it won't fall over. I dropped my box and it's since been everything's mixed up in there. So once I all these done, I will start working. I'll dump these out, and then as soon as I start dumping them out, I guess I could do it here. I could put it in here and put them in here or whatever. Start classifying that way, and then empty these bags. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, that's for another time. So right now I'm identifying the bushings I need for this, and then we'll just start working away. All right, I left the easy one for last. We're going to, I have it lined up. I have my bushing picked out. I have my cutters picked out. So now it's just time to finish up. And this will be the last bushing we're doing on this one. And then I'll have to clean it. We'll put everything in the cleaner. And we'll be back to show you putting it back together on our next video. I'm going to just do this while I'm talking. See, this one actually was well worn. The ones before, they were just beat into a circle, so it was still the correct center. I just wanted to clean them up with a new bushing instead of leaving those ugly beat marks there. And and really nice, not really great bushing work done. At some point in its life, it did have new bushings put in, but it was, I don't know, I expect a certain amount of, I expect it to look a certain way when I do bushings, and that's, you know, I can tell usually if I get a clock in that I worked on 30 years ago, whether I did the work or somebody else did the work. Not saying I do it any better than anybody else. I'm just saying that I do it a specific way. Like this. A lot of people don't do chafering on the back. I do. I'll just hold just a minute amount of oil right there, and and hopefully this goes in, but it's tight. That's just the way I want it. Now I'll take these, I'll open them up with just a hair, and then test it, make sure that there's plenty of shake there. Be a little bit. Now we clean them, and then I burnish them. I don't do all this because, one, I want it really clean when I do my burnish, because that's the last step that I do. I've kind of making some changes in the shop where this is my it's a dedicated station, which I'm just getting used to. So, but I think I'm really gonna like it. Anyway, so these are the ones that I did. Okay, this one, this one, this one, and the only one that really looked good on this side was the escapement. The other side, I really had to clean that up a little bit. Oh yeah, we're all set. Nice, neat, clean bushings. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to try to show you. This is just marginal. I just don't like, this is previous bushing work. And it's an old style way they used to do it, with pieces of just sticks of brass. When they put them in, they beat them in, they cut them off, and it just, you know, I like this. Yeah, and what I really like is, let me get over here. You can see where it was beamed before, but I've come in and show you that it's been done properly. It was messed with before. Sometimes I can hold them and I can, you know, I can get them out, but this one has brass all the way around. It's just that it just, you know, it looked ugly. Doesn't mean that it doesn't still look a little ugly, but at least it's in better condition. Anyway, getting back to my neck injury, which I now have pretty much full extension of it. It was really, really painful, and I'm glad that evidently we know what I did, and I was carrying really heavy bags, and I actually strained my neck on both sides. So people can strain your neck on one side, is really not a big deal. You do it on both. And what I was very afraid of It was a syndrome that also comes, I don't know what it's called, but it happens to a lot of watchmakers, and that's from leaning over their bench all the time. These muscles start to deteriorate, but that's not the problem. Overexertion, carrying the wrong way was my problem. Anyway, I want to talk to you a little bit about the National Convention. It's 80 years. It is in July, mid-July, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And I just want to show you, this is a demonstration area. This is the main entrance is right here. And then the center hallway. And then we're in section D, right here, sorry, right in the yellow. You can see the yellow there, right by the demonstration area. So stop by and see us if we're there, if you're there. I hope you do come to the National Convention. If you're not a member of the NAWCC, the National Watch and Clock Collectors Association, you should really consider it. I always put a link down below for it. It's a great organization. If you're just learning, it is a tremendous place to go learn a bunch of stuff and get help, and you're needing a certain part. Otherwise than coming to me, you can go to a chapter meeting or a regional or something like that. Bring your notebook with questions and whatever. People are always willing to help, especially at the chapter meetings, the little regionals. I'm a member of Chapter 1, and of course the National, and I go once a quarter to their meetings because I learn a lot and see a lot of friends. Very social event. The Chapter 1 has lunch and that. Chapter 1 is the Philadelphia chapter. Chapter 1 is the indication of it was the first chapter. I'm in the Philadelphia area. It takes me about an hour and a half to get to the meeting, but it's well worth it. And we sell stuff there, we buy stuff there, and it's a great place to meet people. But there's a big chapter in Cleveland, Ohio. I can't tell you all the way. If you go to nawcc.org and look for chapters, it'll show you all the chapters in the United States. Anyway, that being said, I'm feeling better, and so I decided to do this video today. We'll be doing short little videos of the stuff. We have 5 tables at National, so we're bringing a lot of stuff. And a little sneak preview, we have purchased the contents of our 9th clock shop. More about that will be down the line. That will be more July and August situation, and it's only mid-June. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe, like the video, give me comments, ask me questions. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.